Hey guys, Marslingan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we have an interesting one for you guys. We are doing the Pure Saiyans ESBR stage to get it done and out of the way. I mentioned in the previous videos for androids and movie bosses, I'm just going to bash out these stages with items so that they're done and I can get all the medals to Easy A, Kid Goku and Bulma. And then obviously I'll still be working on the no item runs in the background. So you'll notice a bit of an interesting change to the overlay. That is because I recorded this run after my 12-hour night shift, and apparently in my half asleep brain I did not have my microphone set up correctly, so I recorded the entire run chatting away with the webcam and everything, my normal setup, only to find that there was no commentary afterwards. So now I'm having to record the commentary afterwards, and of course the initial recording has me in the top corner, so I've just covered that up with one of my avatars, because my lip movements are not going to be matching up with what I'm saying. But yeah, we're going to do the Pure Saiyan stage. So you see here straight away, we get the nice both sides of the RNG coin, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta countering a super and then taking a super. Even with an item active, taking a lot of damage. We are running a Vegeta family slash GT Heroes team. So I thought this would be a very interesting team build. I said this with the androids and the movie bosses videos, where since I'm doing these runs just with items, to keep it, you know, mix it up a little bit, keep it fresh for the later no item runs, I am using a very different team to what I will be using in the no items run. I'm getting very close to doing Pure Saiyans. I keep getting screwed over from like getting to the last fight and then Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta won't stun or something like that. He's the only unit, in fact, that is on this run that is going to be on the no items run, because obviously he's one of the better tanks on the team for Super Battle Road. So we do have the obviously double GT Super Saiyan Vegeta leads. Popping an Android 8 here, we do still have the Whis active, but we need a heal. We top up our defense, and then obviously with the attack lowering that we put onto the physical trunks with the Xeno Vegeta, obviously Int Vegeta here is going to be able to tank reasonably well. I doubled up with the item and got the heal, because obviously even with the Whis effect still in play, a super attack from Trunks on GT Vegeta in slot 1 here would be very bad. So we're just making sure we keep ourselves protected here. Now, in the video I was talking about this, I highlight the links and then I talk about this unit a little bit. I always forget how good they are until I use them again. So they have 2 dupes for me. They're level 10 links. On this rotation, they only have 2 links active, which is actually it's prepared for battle and fierce battle. So this is obviously by no means their best setup whatsoever. And I still think they do put on a pretty decent performance. We do actually get to see some pretty cool stuff from them right near the end as well. So GT Vegeta obviously holding up his end of the bargain here, tanking really well, does decent damage. And then of course Easy A Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I mean, he's just a pure damage dealing machine. So we get a 3 million non-crit on the physical trunks. Very, very good. And then yeah, the Vegeta in the back here, solid damage to Goten, and then obviously with the fact we got double items up, tanking for double digits. And then of course on this turn, we do still have the Android 8 effect in play. So obviously this is going to be the final turn, both Goten and Trunks just hanging in with a tiny sliver of health here. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta with extra defense from the Android 8 is obviously just going to tank all of these attacks in slot 1 for basically no damage. And between him and the GT Vegeta here, we should be able to finish off Goten, and then Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta can finish off Trunks. I went for the stun on the AGL Goten just because obviously, despite the fact that he does tank these attacks very well, a super attack from Goten on Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta still does around like 50-60k. And obviously we'd rather not take that damage if we don't have to. So we go ahead and stun him, and then GT Vegeta comes in with the 5.7 million attack stat and finishes him off. And then Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in the last spot is able to take out the Trunks with a nice crit. And then we can move on to the second fight, and the second fight absolutely pops off here. I didn't actually look at the total runtime for this one, but it's we get through this second fight quite quickly, as you are about to see. So obviously we've got a lot of int units on the team, and there is a physical enemy in the first 2 fights. So we're just going to go ahead and Icarus straight away here. Give ourselves that little bit of extra defense. There's only one attack from Gohan in slot 1. So I'm obviously banking on him not super attacking Vegeta. That would be very unfortunate. And then Xeno Vegeta going to get the attack lowering on him. Because with him greatly raising defense on Super and then lowering the enemy's attack, obviously he's going to tank the hits from Gotenks really well. But yeah, look at Super Saiyan Vegeta here. So firing off the Gallic Gun, crit for 4.8 million, and then boom, there's the additional Super. This man putting out over 6 million attack stats with the support from the Xeno Vegeta. And yeah, that's it. Gotenks is just gone. So Super Saiyan Vegeta absolutely annihilating Gotenks here. And then Super Saiyan 4 Goku able to come in, do a nice little chunk of damage to Gohan. And then we lower his attack. We get the additional super attack as well. So that means not only have we lowered his attack twice, we've double greatly raised our defense. And then, of course, we get super attack. So that's ESBR for you, especially Pure Saiyans. With an Icarus active and double greatly raising defense, we still took 300k damage with the type disadvantage. So pretty crazy. But now that he's attack lowered, obviously, even with our int units here, we don't have to worry too much about normal attacks. But super attacks would still be a bit of a concern. So I go ahead and use a Princess Snake. We do still have the Icarus effect in play as well. So just the massive amount of damage reduction we have here, especially with him being attack lowered, he's basically not going to do any damage to us. Now, obviously, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta could stun him, which would have made the item use pointless. But obviously, better to be safer than sorry. And also, Princess Snake is like the better of the two items that can heal us to sacrifice, because it only gives you the one turn benefit, whereas at least the Android 8, if we need to use it in the future to give us a heal, it does still give you the defensive buff on the next turn as well. So Vegeta in the final spot here. Obviously we got type disadvantage, so no crit means we don't really do a huge amount of damage. We almost did as much damage with the additional normal that we did on the super, but yeah, slowly but surely working down Gohan here. We do not have an item effect in play at all now, but looking at the rotation, I was pretty confident that we wouldn't have to use one, because Super Saiyan 4 Goku in slot 1, obviously he's not going to die to a super even if he doesn't counter it, and then Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in slot 2, I firmly believed would be able to finish off Gohan here if Goku does not, because I mean 6 million attack stat for Goku, getting those nice Super Saiyan 4 links with the Vegeta, and then look at that, Gohan surviving with the tiny sliver of health. So Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is able to come in and finish him off. And then we can move on to the final fight. So the final fight does take a little bit longer, but there's a lot of interesting things going on in this last fight. So let's see how exactly this plays out. I forget exactly. Like I say, I recorded this after my night shift last night and left the first video to render. I did the Androids one and then this one. Left the Androids video to render and then went to sleep. So it's always interesting watching these runs back and like doing the commentary. But obviously, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in slot 1. I did explain, actually, a lot earlier on in the original recording. So, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is a really, really good tank, obviously. The problem with him is that on Pure Saiyans, there's not a lot of other really, really good defensive units that you want to run on main rotation that have over in a flash. So sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to get supers with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, which you obviously really want to do, because he has a 50% chance to stun. So basically the strategy here is that we're running him on rotation with the Int Super Saiyan Vegeta, because he is of course a orb changer. So by creating those rainbow orbs, it makes it a lot easier for Vegeta to actually get the key, the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. So I don't think there is a single time in this run where we fail to super attack with Vegeta. So I think because I targeted Vegeta Jr. for the stun, so I attack lowered Goku Jr. and then of course we didn't get the stun. So unfortunately, Xeno Vegeta in the last spot here takes a little bit of a beating from Vegeta Jr. even with the item active. But yeah, this is where the interesting part kicks in. So of course we are below 30% HP, so we have the revival ability for the Goku and Vegeta exchange card actually active here. So I was trying to decide what to do because I do want to get the exchange. Now that we can get it, I want to get it because I haven't used this unit for a while. I haven't used them in a video for a while. So I decided I really wanted to get the exchange here. So obviously we, you know, is basically this unit is made for when you hit this restriction to get their exchange active, they lose most of their defense. So it's, you know, it's very unlikely that you're not going to die. So because he's going to exchange into a Goku, I leave Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the rotation because then they will share a few links. Off the top of my head, they have like Fierce Battle, Kamehameha, Prepared for Battle. So they're going to have a few links to share once the exchange is over. So now we get to see the exchange with Vegeta. And it's kind of funny that it's like this epic scene of like Vegeta begging Kakarot to carry on their pride and finish the fight when they're literally fighting like their great-grandsons. I don't know how many greats are supposed to be on there. I'm not going to work that out off the top of my head. But yeah, Goku's big mad at these kids now. So the only annoying thing, and I do remember I mentioned this in the original recording, the only annoying thing about this whole exchange revival, and I definitely mentioned this at the time when they came out, but the fact that you get it and then it ends the turn. So now we have to wait a whole nother turn before we actually get to use them, which I think is a bit of a weird design choice because obviously, you know, you've managed to get the exchange, you get to watch that like cutscene, and then you don't actually get to use the unit until the next turn. So I do think that is a bit of a weird choice. Obviously here we choose to break the normal rotation here and have the Vegeta not getting any links in the third spot, just because obviously it's way more beneficial strategically to have Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in slot 1. So does he actually get the stun here? Hey, there we go. We actually get a stun this time. So Vegeta Jr. is now stunned, and we can carry on beating down Goku Jr. With this stage in particular, because all of the fights are 2 enemies, I cannot stress enough, if you're having trouble beating this stage, like how useful it is to use stunners. Because if you can stun one of the enemies, then you only have one enemy to worry about. Now obviously that's not going to stop you getting bad RNG, and that other enemy is the one that super attacks you. But obviously being able to keep one enemy completely out of the fight is incredibly useful. And then once that enemy is defeated, if you manage to stun the other one, then that's it. You got the whole thing on lockdown. So very, very useful. Super Saiyan Vegeta taking the super. I mean, one thing that's been very clear throughout this entire run, these enemies hit ridiculously hard. So I was just having a look at Goku here, just to refresh what he does. On his 18 key super, he does greatly raise attack and defense, which they don't do pre-transformation. Their 18 key is still just raises, as well as the 12. And then, yeah, he gets a bunch of additional attack and defense on super. He gets some buffs if there's an extreme enemy and like Namek Saga enemy, which obviously we don't have here. So he's not getting his full potential, but we do have a lot of orbs we can pick up here. So obviously we can get the 18 key super. And then we have Super Saiyan 4 Goku back up in the back slot. Of course, technically, even though he is Goku now, the unit is still a Vegeta family card. So he is getting the buff from the Xeno Vegeta. So there's no attacks in slot 1. So that's 6.2. Pretty good here, considering we only have a couple of links with the Super Saiyan 4 Goku active. No crit, but we finish off Goku Jr. and we even get the additional. We get to see the 12 key super animation. I think I might prefer his 12 key, although I wish the end was a little bit better. Like, it's kind of funny, like, you know, pushing them away with the glance thing. It's kind of cool, but like, if the end was an actual like attack, I think that 12 key super animation would actually be super awesome. But yeah, we deal a ton of damage with him. Vegeta Jr. is now unstunned, but has been attack lowered by the Super Saiyan Xeno Vegeta. So there you go. I didn't realise the Dokkan attack was about to pop, because obviously we want to put Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in slot 1, just in case there's a super attack. And so unfortunately we are getting the Dokkan attack with him. But then Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in slot 2 should be more than enough to handle things. Just in case he isn't, I was a little bit worried about a super here. And obviously I've said in these previous videos, if you're going to use items, you might as well use all the items, right? So there's no reason why we don't just pop the heal there, get a little bit of a defensive buff as well. I don't know why I actually bothered to even hit the nodes for this, because obviously Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is not going to do a huge amount of damage here, even with the full damage multiplier. But it is what it is. I probably should have just avoided them to skip out that whole little bit. But here it is, hitting the super attack. How much do we do with the Dokkan attack here? Whoa, look at that. Big damage. And we didn't even stun. So yeah, if we just put Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in slot 1, obviously the Dokkan attack would have been a blowout. But, you know, it is what it is. And so he doesn't actually quite finish him off. Because you think with the damage multiplier from it being the Dokkan attack, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta definitely would have finished him off here, but GT Vegeta comes in the final spot and takes him out. So there you go. That is the Pure Saiyans run done with items. At this point, I just realized that my mic had been muted the whole time. So I think in the process, I even forget to click on the like status screen at the end that shows all the items used and everything, because I'm at this point, I'm like big mad because we lost. I have to basically now come and do this and sit and record the commentary afterwards. So there you go. That is the Pure Saiyans stage of Extreme Super Battle Road beaten. That is all the stages beaten for me now. So I have fully easy aid the Goku Jr. and Bulma reward card. So I will put out a showcase video for them tomorrow. And yeah, there you go. Pure Saiyans is in the bag. So let me know what team you guys used to beat this stage down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.